Hello and welcome back to Infinifactory. Today we are going to work on a Gneiss chair. Oh man. Hello.
Did you ever watch Star Voyager? Probably not. It ran for half a season on Fox before being unjustly cancelled. I started an online petition about it, but then I got abducted by aliens. Is that ironic? Anyway, this place reminds me of that episode in the asteroid field. I wonder if the aliens even keep an eye on me. As long as I'm alive and making the weird knickknacks and things, they don't care. I could be down here having a party. Do they even know what a party is?
Okay, this... I want to say I can get this done without using lifters or anything. Maybe I'm being excessively optimistic, but I want to just bring this line out. And I'm actually thinking about, let's crank this up to max and just see how fast. They'll come out one after another. I wonder if this has to need to be welded together, surely. We need 12 blocks, which is what we've got right there. I think welding them is going to be nearly impossible. Welding them at this rate, anyway. We can do them here with a single gap. And as it hits the last one, we have 2, 4, 6, 8. I don't hate this idea. I particularly don't. There's a few problems I have with it. Number one, the whole thing's not getting welded together. Only small pieces of it. That's not a huge problem, but it's actually probably fine. Let me because what we can do here the way we're thinking about putting these down those would be separate pieces. That's all welded together. That's all welded together. I think everything's welded to everything except for like these two in the back aren't welded together, but I don't think that should matter. At least in my mind it shouldn't. We do have this problem of the whole system out front getting jammed together. I don't really know how that works out. I mean, it seems like it kind of sorts its way out, but I'm not sure. It could end up being a bit of a problem. Oh, yeah, that's what I want. So now, I should be able to put a belt under that. Let's make sure that still works. Oh, it does, but I faced the belt the wrong direction. Alright, so that's cool. That'll get that there. This one should do the opposite. No, stop. There. Perfect. That'll do that. And then we just need these guys to fall into their places. Okay, this doesn't need to happen anymore. This piece. That'll happen now. So we got those two falling into line. You you're still facing the correct. Yeah, so you're not gonna. I thought maybe it would get on that belt and confuse itself, but no, it shouldn't. And same thing here, I think. Get right there and drop in, and that should, as far as I know, get everything together. Okay. Okay. So what's... What? No, what actually went wrong there? 'Cause I think we still get all 6 out. Yeah, we do. That one turns out... Okay, that one's jammed, so it's just not getting there at all. That should just be a matter of turning... Damn it. Turning this one. And then adding one? I think? Yep, that'll work there. So now... The only other problem is that guy actually... No, wait, what the fuck? This doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, this guy's not jumping his line. That's the problem. Jump your line. There we go. Drop, 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 drop. Everybody drop, everybody get welded together. That's beautiful. So then, looks like we've got a little bit of a freebie here. I'm going to try wiring this in such a way that it doesn't get in the way of others. Could be an issue, but yeah, we gotta figure out a way to make this work, so let's try something, see how it goes. Where can I push this from, though? I think we get rid of him, put the push block in there, run the conduit like that, and then put your 2 more welders on the side here. I think that'll do it, actually. Make sure nothing jams with that new equipment in the path. Everything's down, everything's down. Okay. Something happened. There's a 6th block right here. He is. What the? How? Why did you take so long to get to where you were supposed to be? Something happened to you? Yeah, you're jammed. Okay. That's again. You know, we've seen that before. Twist a block earlier. And now, da-da-da-da. Everything falls. Everything falls. It's in place. It gets pushed. And you forgot to put a belt there. And that should do it. Let's verify that it does it a couple times. There's one. Whoops. I wanted to make sure it did it twice because the pushers at the beginning aren't fantastic. Like, I don't like their timing. Yeah, now we got the wrong thing. So, we are amazingly jammed up right now. So, unfortunately, we need to completely reconstruct this. And that means turning the input rate down. And it's going to mean, like, extending the whole thing. It looks like I might get away with just extending it 1. But it's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight to have this function the way I need it to. So, hold your breath for me, ladies and gentlemen. I don't really need that pusher. We need to get rid of all this stuff here. Let's fast forward this out and let's just see. Okay, it hits this one, which is good, and then there's a 2 gap. So it hits this one, so we can get rid of this. 2 gap, it'll hit that one. 2 gap, it'll hit this one. Oop. And then it'll hit that one. Can I build right here? Yeah, okay, I can. Good. Now conduits. I can't build conduits there, okay. That's fine. That's why we did it. 2. Okay, you can spin out. You turn that way. You're gonna be a sensor, and I'm even gonna put a little there so it doesn't fall this time. And then I'm going to try to use as much of the system we already have in place. So we need a delay here, and we're going to do delay, well, delay and welder. Welder, good. Conduit to the final one, right there. Okay. Now, a couple welders here. Put all this stuff in line. Beautiful. So now it's going to be a matter of that gets there, it pushes away, comes out. And I'm thinking I can just put 2 like that to put that on its line. And as far as this one's concerned, same thing, just 2 to put it back on its line. This is line 1, this is line 2, line 3 is right here. That one still lines up amazingly. This one, line 4, line 5, And line 6, hopefully. Let's check it. Nope. A little bit of a shove there. Okay, we might need to reposition that sensor, maybe. No, it looks like we're good. Yeah, we got her. All right, beautiful. This is a really simple one, so there's not going to be a whole lot of talking here. We're right at the 25-minute mark right now, so we got it done pretty fast, and we did it pretty simply as well. I'm curious to see some other designs for this, because this one feels like there's going to be a ton of different ways to do this, and I believe I did it in probably the least variety of blocks. I did it with just belts, welders, pushers, conduits, sensor, and then the typical just concrete block. Oh, and I have 2 spinners on the corners as well. But we'll do the talk through regardless. Despite how simple it is, we'll still talk through it. I could clean it up a bit, I think, but I'm not too worried about it. It was just a matter of we had to build a new system up here, and I just wanted to connect that into the old system rather than rebuild the whole thing from scratch. So yeah, I could clean this up quite a bit, I think, but you know, I'm perfectly fine with this. I'm happy that we got it working. So this is typical. You've seen me do this many times. We come out, we get ourselves 6 blocks. Once that first block gets to the end of the line, it triggers a sensor which pushes the 5 blocks behind it onto their own lines. And these are just welder systems. So now all 6 blocks are waiting at the welder for 6 more blocks to get here. Once they do, this one gets shoved to the side. If I could probably get rid of that block. I don't think I need that there. Clean it up just a little bit. Okay, so this one gets shoved to the side, will drop down on its own line. This one will come down its own line. Again, I could probably get rid of that block right there. This one just comes straight down a line. This one will come down a little bit, turn right, come down. Again, that's a block. There's 2 blocks there I could get rid of. Comes down, turns off. This one comes down, turns off. The 2 on the end both hit spinners, which turn them. Obviously, that's what a spinner does. And really the point of all of this is that these are all now welded together. Again, there's a block I can get rid of. These are all welded together. There's a block I can get rid of. So those all get welded together, yeah. And then they all just fall into place on this welding pad, where everything gets welded to everything else, except that the 2 blocks that fell here do not get welded to these 2 blocks. I feel like that's the only weld not done. But it obviously doesn't matter because they're not penalizing us for it. Well, actually, no, it's just one. It's just one weld right here. That's not happening. It's this center block here, which is too wide facing left to right. That block is not getting welded to this center block here, which is too wide facing north and south. That's the only weld not made. I hope it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's really all there is to this one. It gets sent out. They all stack. And I absolutely could weld those together because of when that one comes. Anyway, there's another sensor down here, so when that block comes out for the next unit, this one gets pushed out of the way. But here, right there, there's a moment where I could have two welders in here that get pulled out. But we're not gonna fuck with that. There's no reason to do that. And it just does its thing. Like I said, there's a lot of belts that I could get rid of up here. There's one that was particularly egregious I wanted to get rid of, but I'm not seeing it right now. Where is it? Okay, there's that one. And that one. So that's this one, and this one can go. But there's a lot of things I could do. Like here where these doubles are, like I could just get rid of that center one. I could do that a lot, where I just trim one block. I'm not going to continue to do that. We're just going to leave this as it is, functioning beautifully. Push, push, bump. I could clean that up where they shove into each other. That would be the one thing about this design I don't really like that it happens. Now let's actually see. They're getting there right at the same time. I don't know why. But let's turn this out. Like that, and see if we can convince them to not shove each other. Whoops. Okay. Now like that. I just wanted to convince them to not shove each other. Now we're... now they're at least not shoving each other. That's a little better. That is a little better. We'll put one more, just very tiny delay in there, just to clean that up a little bit. And honestly, this is probably going to mess up the whole system. Nope, still works. Alright, cool. They're not shoving each other now. I think it looks a little bit better. And yeah, they're all just going down the line, getting welded together, and then dropping into a welding pad, a second welding pad. I want to see, how tight is this? Ooh. That's, oh wow. Look at that. Look at this timing on this. That is coming down as it actually gets delayed there for a moment. That's how tight that is. I mean, that's an easy fix if I want it. I just position that sensor somewhere else. Right, yeah, all I would have to do is put the sensor there, instead. And that will keep them from resting on each other. That's more a quality control thing than anything else. Because, you know, they're going to be scraping each other as it sits like that. And you don't want that. You don't want that scraping on your brand new device. So yeah, I spent a little bit of time refining this. About 10 minutes actually, just trying to do the talk through and just refining things just a little bit. But it's okay. It is done. It is beautiful. And we are ready to move on. Cycle score, very nice. Block score and footprint score, not so nice. I wonder what other people did there. This is one I might actually look up just to see some of the other solutions to this. Because I wonder how other people did that. I really do. But, as far as this episode is concerned, we are finished with it. Next time is a relay satellite, and I hope you'll join me.